Hey everybody, I have a bit of a confession for you. For those people who know me very well, there are times that I can be kind of an Eeyore. If you don't know what an Eeyore is a character from the cartoon Winnie the Pooh. He's a donkey who, no matter what is going on, he'll always look for the sad and negative aspect of it. It could be a birthday party and he'll say, oh, there's sure a lot of people here. Or it could be something just incredible and exciting, and he always finds a way to look at the negative perspective rather than the positive. And for those people who know me very well, there are certainly times where that's what I do. Things can be going on that are just great and fantastic, and I'll say, yeah, but here's what's really going on. And I don't know if it's the Americanness in me or this is just my personality, but there are certainly times in my life when it's easier to look around at my life and what's going on and focus on all the bad and negative things. Now, today, we're looking at Psalm 29. And Psalm 29 is an amazing psalm, because it's a rebuke and a challenge for people like me. People who get overly focused on the negative and maybe even look at God in the middle of what their circumstances and say, God, what are you doing? Where are you? Now we know there's lots of psalms that are just like that, and there's room in the Bible and for people to be able to express exactly what they're feeling and struggling with. But then there are also psalms like Psalm 29, which remind us that instead of focusing on all the negative things, all the things that are going wrong, all the things that aren't the way that we think they should be, there are times when maybe we should just stop and look around and actually see that God is in control. Psalm 29 starts by saying, ascribe to the Lord majesty and power and greatness, because he has done marvelous things. And it goes on and it talks about the voice of the Lord is powerful. It creates life. It ends life. It helps deer give birth in the wilderness. It starts fires, right? It's this psalm focusing exclusively on God's power and majesty and greatness, that no matter what else is going on, there are times when instead we ought to turn and be in awe of the amazingness, if that's even a word, of our God. The God who can do anything with a snap of his fingers. A God who knows us and sees us and takes care of us. The same God who the Psalm 29 describes as creating the whole world and can just do anything big and powerful in an instant, is the same God who knows us, who sees us in our circumstances, and cares for us. And so, the lesson for me today, at least, is that maybe every once in a while, instead of just looking around and complaining and being upset and wondering why things aren't better than they are, I should just stop and look up and look around me and realize that we have one amazing God who can do anything. The most powerful being in the universe is on our side. And for me, that alone helps change my perspective. It helps me to then look at these circumstances that I normally might view as negative things and realize, well, if that sort of God is on my side, who can be against me, as Paul says. So, wherever you are today, whatever you're feeling like today, whether you're an Eeyore like me or not, maybe today is a day that we ought to just look around and focus on how amazing our God is. And like the psalmist does, cry out and shout out and say, God, thank you for who you are. I'm amazed. And when we do that, our perspective and our reality starts to change. So, may you and I ascribe to the Lord his greatness and beauty and majesty today. Amen.